game during Big 20, which is a event for speedrunning 20 NES games, or in this case Famicom, in a row. So I really fell in love with it, so we're gonna go instantly here in 3, 2, 1, go! So it's starting off fairly simple here. We're gonna try to avoid these first enemies and go into a great... Every great game starts with an auto-scroller, I think. Isn't that right?
Yeah, definitely right. Yume Penguin as well. Well, doesn't start with one.
Exactly. I mean, Yume Penguin, Mitsume Tooru, Japanese games, auto-scrollers. The thing here though, we have one thing we need to do. I want to collect as many coins as possible here. I'm gonna focus a bit because this can be a bit tricky. Nice, I got 100 there. So when you shoot the coins, you actually multiply their value after you shoot them a certain amount of times. So the reason I want as many coins as possible here is I need 1,000 coins at least to buy a power-up. And because there's a coin stash I'm gonna get in the next part of the stage, and it's kind of random how many coins it gives you. So I got over 400 there, which is good. Nice. This part is a bit tricky. See if I got the despawn. There's a task strat here which I found. Didn't get it. It's fine. That's a scary part. You need to jump very precise and damage boost through that guy. Or not damage boost, but shoot, so the iframes. This room is also very tricky. Ah, no. It's okay.
Yeah, you can despawn that guy, but it's going very well still. It's gonna buy the arrow upgrade. It's gonna use for an entire run to get fast boss kills. Get it? There we go. Nicely done.
Thankfully I got it. If you don't get that quick kill, I'm not really sure what to do really. Just have to jump around and try to shoot him, but it's almost impossible.
Yeah. That was a very nice stage 1. I mean, stage 1 is actually might just be the hardest stage in the game. Stage 1 and stage 2 are both very difficult to get through, so you got through it very nicely.
Yeah, it's very scary because you're very low on health, and one single mistake can actually cost you the entire everything.
These first few screens are also very tight. Run, jump, and shoot.
Unbelievable.
Very nice. Yeah, getting through that screen damageless is very difficult. Very nice.
Take a hit there instead. It's fine. One hit is okay.
So this stage as well is very kind of tight on health. So he needs health for the boss actually to perform the fastest kill. Right. So just one hit is good.
So there's two strats in this screen. There's one tricky one and one safe one, and of course we're gonna go for the tricky one because it's non-stop and it's cool. We'll see if we get it. Easy peasy.
Making it look too easy. Too easy.
And this this one is also in particular a very important strat here. I need to focus hard here if I get it. Close, but no cigar. Actually, we're gonna set this up again. Need to reset the spawns of that.
Yeah, once you catch the moving platform just at the very top.
Damn it. Oh well. Try once more. There we go.
Done.
That trick is really annoying, as you can see. I did a mistake there, actually killing that guy to the left, because I usually use him as a visual cue. That was okay.
Right, here we go.
It's okay.
Alright.
That's actually scary. There's a quick kill setup on this boss, but it's the hardest quick kill in the game by far. So I'm actually happy that I made it through that without dying.
Yeah, you got through both stages. First stage without dying, it's very good. So stage 3 and 4, kind of like the breathers. They're kind of easy to just to get through.
Yeah.
Well,
Stage 3 can be, I mean, it's easier than stage 1 and 2 for sure. But if you mess up early in some place, it's gonna get a little bit scary.
Yeah, because you will also be low in health. It's kind of a theme here, except for stage 4. You're gonna be low in health by the end of the stage. So
there's intentional damage boosts all over the place, so... Okay. That's the only real scary part in the beginning of the stage, so... Here's just pretty chill, so... That's basically press down here, it's not as complicated as it looks.
Alright, same deal here. So next up in the next screen we have the very cool looking Endy jump and shoot, as you can get it, a very specific dog.
Patented strat here, let's see.
Oh, there we go.
That's trickier than it looks, doing that non-stop.
There's a very scary spike room. Just you die instantly from just touching these spikes.
And it's kind of random where the spikes from the ceiling falls as well. This is one of the scary rooms in the run, likely.
We never really explained the arrow mechanic.
Oh no, right.
You can use, well, as you guys have seen, you can use the arrow as sort of like a springboard. You can bounce off it. If you hold A, you do like a high jump. Nice. Oh, nice. You showed me that right before the run.
Yeah, that's a little manipulation there to get the patterns on those purple stuff right.
Here. Nice. Pretty simple setup, but yet you do miss it from time to time.
You do, and if you miss that setup, it's not an existent good backup. So I'm really happy I got that.
Nice, very nice start for these first 3 stages.
So yeah, about the arrow mechanics, you can only have one arrow out at a time, and to be able to throw it twice, you have to jump on it to get it to be stationary first. So it's you can't just spam it around. There you save a few frames by jumping off the edge as late as possible to get this. It's an auto-scroller here, but by jumping late I actually got the screen to scroll a little extra, and that will help me in the end of the screen to get out of it faster. You might think that jumping on the boat as fast as possible to get it moving will be faster, but it isn't. You want to land as late as possible. I think you found that.
Yeah, just testing random. If you can save up to like a full second.
Yeah.
You land on the very right side compared to landing on the very left side. Full second. Very chill start, stage 4, ride a boat. Yeah. It's probably the easiest stage in the game, I would say. Well,
Yeah.
it's the least likely you'll die on this stage at least, because there's not really any intentional damage boosts here. You're gonna see in the next room is gonna be very fast-paced with precise jumps and shots.
Yeah, I mean, you can take a hit sometimes because it's a pretty tricky to do it non-stop. But even if you take a hit, it's not that bad. The recovery is just keep running. So, and the room after that, this is probably the easiest stage in the game by far, I would say. But there's still room to mess up, of course. So we'll see. This one is pretty tricky. So.
You can only have 3 shots on the screen at the same time. Mega Man style. Now for the crabs.
Here comes the Prissy strats.
Oh, let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice.
Shout out to Prissy.
Now for work first, control and moving platform.
Yeah.
You kind of react to you pressing B. They jump if you're close to them and fire. So you can see he manipulated that troll into jumping, so you can just bypass it.
Those trolls are so cute. You remember those little trolls you had on your pencils when you were a kid? The ones who you put a pencil up there.
Yeah, I'm so happy they put it in this game.
The pencil trolls.
Alright,
This part is very easy. You just need to jump a little to avoid those fishes.
very nice stage 4 here.
Yeah, this one is actually better than the world record stage. I took a hit in the record one this stage.
Alright, so this boss is...
Let's not screw it up.
Yeah,
now.
don't screw it up, okay? Don't.
Okay.
Nice. Alright, that was stage 4. There are only 5 stages in the run, so we're coming up to the final stage, but this is one heck of a final stage. It's about, I don't remember how long, but at least 5 minutes, 5,
Yeah.
6.
I think it should be around, what time am I? 50? Yeah, about 6.5 minutes
Yeah.
probably. So it's many phases of the stage, and each one has their own set of challenges. So this starts off with the impossible room as well. Well, not the first screen, but
The first actual screen, this is quite chill. He manipulates, like, if you kind of slow down here at all, you get chased down by these Moai heads. So.
yeah. And the first jump is also needed to manipulate the bats there. Otherwise, you get bad patterns.
Right, impossible.
This is
room.
an impossible room.
Ooh, got that.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
Here we can have the haircut room. We're already bald, so that's actually stupid to do. You can't you die instantly of the spikes. So I should not do that.
Yeah. Got 3 of these rooms. You can kind of speed these up. Like a little exit there. You don't have to wait for all the blocks to disappear.
But this is basically an vertical autoscroller, I guess. Ah, haircuts.
Oh, be careful. No.
Okay. Easy enough.
Also, I mean, it's fine. Sure, it's slow, but you got that music playing in the background. It's really
It's really not that bad. This one is tricky though. I need to focus here.
nicely done.
So if you move 1 pixel too far to the right when falling down between those blocks, it will kind of zip you up to the block going upwards, and that will sometimes mean death. Because the block's intention is obviously to move you to the ceiling. Okay, let's take it easy here. Focus on the game. Okay, this should be fine.
So final block room coming up is the first of 3 kind of mini bosses.
Let's see if we get the quick setup. 6 bounces. Well.
Go, be set up, and nice. So that's the first section. This stage is divided into 3 sections. That was the first section. Now going into the second one.
And there's one of those mini bosses after each section. It's casual or speedrunning wise, it's actually the same because they never have time to do anything. You kill them too fast.
We have a $10 donation from Anonymous that says, "Heya, heya."
Hey, MD.
Hey, hey! Okay, I need to get this, otherwise it's bad.
Otherwise your speedrunning card gets revoked.
Yeah, if you miss that setup, you lose 25 seconds, because that skips an entire elevator cycle. You don't want to miss that, so I'm happy I didn't.
You take a lot of damage on this particular the second section here, so kind of crucial that okay, this room is actually tricky. Done. It's kind of crucial that he does get the quick kill arrow setup here, or else it's gonna be tricky just to help. Nice. Now for the third and final section, got behind the music.
This one is actually easier than the second part, I think. But yeah, the music is really good in this game. It kind of sets the tone for everything. Fast setup. Shoutouts to Sinlay, Black Tiger.
There's the second troll and moving platform room. Hitbox is kind of forgiving around his feet. Touched the totem pole, but he didn't take damage.
This is last room before the last mini-boss. One mechanic I haven't talked about really is that every time I charge an arrow, I instantly jump out of the animation. Because it actually speeds up your momentum.
Nice. Alright, so got all the yeah, that was not bad. Not bad at all, very good.
So let's see here. There's 2 bosses left, final boss fights, and this can actually be a decent, really good time if I manage to get both quick kills. The final quick kill is dependent on RNG though. So let's just, everyone in chat, let's pray. I want to see the RNGs there, that he remains stationary and not jump.
Alright, so this first boss,
The first one is, that's all execution only. That's on me if I mess up.
you have a very precise setup.
Let's hope I get it. Otherwise it's rough actually. Oh, we didn't get it. That's unfortunate. Let's see if I can get it back. Ah! Crap. I just have to do this the conventional way, I guess.
Alright, now, prayers. Everyone. Pray, pray, pray.
Please, please, please.
Oh! Prayers answered.
Thank you, thank you. We got him. He can jump out of that, and he starts jumping around and becoming a menace, and it's just terrible. 1810. That's good. I'm happy with that. That was an unfortunate when I missed the waterfall skip twice, and also that missed quick kill on the final boss. But other than that.